What's going on, guys? This is the Xerjoff here today with a new video. Today what we're going to do, if you haven't seen from the title, is my top 10 most complimented fragrances of the year. You may have seen my previous top 10 most complimented video. I released that months ago, but basically the difference between this video and that is where that video was pretty much my most complimented fragrances over 3 years of wearing fragrances. That was up till then. This video is going to be just for this year of 2017, just to sum up pretty much at the end of the year now, so I figured I'd make this video, and these are what have gotten me consistent and big compliments. That is how I ranked these. The two major driving points to get ranked in this list were, of course, the number of compliments received and the size of said compliments. Some of these fragrances don't necessarily get compliments every time I wear them, but when they do, they're big. They're real big. So anyway, guys, that is how this video is ranked. And without further ado, let's hop into the list. So I did my best to eliminate all ties from this video, but at number 10 is the one tie in this list. I just couldn't really differentiate which one of these was better. Anyway, they're both from Prada. They're both Prada L'Hommes. This is Prada L'Homme and Prada L'Homme Intense at number 10. So the big difference between these for me is where the regular Prada L'Homme is just a fabric softener. Prada L'Homme Intense is a richer fabric softener with tonka bean and leather. It's darker. It's definitely more cold weather fragrance. They're both really good. They both have that basic Prada L'Homme DNA, which doesn't really project much from the skin, but these are the kind of fragrances that when people get in close to you, when they smell it on your neck, they're gonna go, oh, you smell good. Nothing ridiculous from these two so far, but they do get compliments and about at the same rate, so I put them at the 10th spot. Prada L'Homme and Prada L'Homme Intense, guys. Something I should have mentioned at the beginning of this video was that these are only fragrances I've worn. Some of these, if I wore them more, they would easily be higher up on this list. This is a perfect example. At number 9 is one that everybody hates, and I love. This is from Paco Rabanne. It's Invictus. This is my club scent of choice. When I go to the club, the reason it hasn't been getting compliments is because I don't really go to the club much anymore, so I haven't really been reaching for Invictus that much, but when I do, it is game over, compliments guaranteed. I couldn't tell you why, as frag heads, this fragrance is synthetic, it's too fruity, whatever. It works. It's that simple. Girls love this stuff. Most regular noses love this stuff. It might be a bit too cloying for some people, but for the average nose, like I said, this stuff does get compliments because it does smell good, guys. At number 9, Invictus could easily be higher, though. At number 9 is the first niche fragrance on this list. Yes, guys, niche do get compliments sometimes. This is an easy-to-like niche. This is from Xerjoff, and it's Nio. This is one of my best from this past summer. Easily, this is so good. This is bergamot, neroli, green, grassy, countryside kind of feel. I like to say that this, to me, smells like Bergamot 22 from the Labo, plus the best parts of Creed Green Irish Tweed, plus the best parts of a soapy scent like Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. This is the best of all three in one. This one sparkles, and like I said, although some people might find the opening a bit harsh, chances are, if they smell what this dries down to coming off of you, you're gonna get a compliment. And from what I've seen, sometimes it can get pretty big. So, Xerjoff Nio at number 8, but I only own this for about half the summer, so this could easily be higher. Not to mention, this is expensive, and I've been wearing it sparingly, so maybe it'll get more next year. Who knows? Xerjoff Nio at number 8, guys. At number 7 is another niche. What can I say? That's what's been getting it done. This one is one that I've been praising and praising and praising like crazy ever since I got my nose on another sample of this stuff. This is from Tom Ford, and it's Plum Japonais. This is my number 1 private blend, easily. It's a smoky cinnamon and incense plum. It's so good. It's so masculine. To me, this is actually quite easy to wear as well. This is it's been one of my signature scents anyway. Maybe that's why it's really gone well with compliments so far. This is not a safe fragrance. You can't really wear this to a place like the gym or the office, but when you wear this on something like dates, or you wear it on a cold day out, it does get compliments, and when it does, they're pretty big. So at number 6, guys, is one that in my previous list was at number 1. Let's see if you remember it. It's from Armaf. It's not Club de Nuit Intense, man. It is Nuit. So, Nuit, this is just a great clone of Bond No. 9's Shea Bond and Creed Green Irish Tweed. To me, I say Shea Bond because this is closer, in my opinion, to a Shea Bond than it is to GIT. But the reason this hasn't been getting me as many compliments as it did for my previous video is because I really haven't been hanging out with the same kind of people that used to compliment this fragrance. On me, I found a lot of people in their young 20s and late teens really love this juice. I just haven't spent as much time around those age groups recently, and for that reason I haven't gotten noticed with Nuit as much, but still, it's green, it's clean, and it gets noticed. Usually no crazy compliments with this one, but sometimes, and it is pretty consistent when you wear it. So that is Nuit from Armaf at number 6. At number 5 is another niche. Oh yes sir. This is the Cold Weather Beast. My favorite number 1 cold weather signature scent, number 1 cold weather niche, whatever you want to call it. This is Herrera from Parfums de Marly at number 5. To my nose, this is the best tobacco vanilla blend ever. Cinnamon, gingerbread cookie, cherries as well. It's so good. It smells delicious. It smells sexy. It smells sophisticated. This stuff gets big compliments. This is not safe, not even close to safe. You're not going to find too many people that go, "Whoa, this is awful," but this is not a safe compliment getter. If you're noticing a trend with some of these niche fragrances, when Herrera gets noticed, it gets noticed big time. I also find that more girls than guys love Herrera, which is awesome because I like it on cold weather dates. And anyway, at number 5 from Parfums de Marly, Herrera. At number 4, I don't even have a sample of this one anymore, but I'd be crazy if I didn't include it on the list. At number 4, Dior Sauvage. Well guys, you may have seen in my review, I wore this, I think twice, and then I wore it for a 3-day long weekend. And the compliments it got were absolutely ridiculous. For the most part, they were pretty big. They were frequent. They were mostly all unsolicited. Wow, like, all the hype about Dior Sauvage is real. That's what I said in my review, and I stand by that. It works. If I wore it more often, it would be number 1 for sure. What else can I say? Everything that's said about it, it works. You know, it's powerful. It's likable, it's got that mass appealing bergamot, a little bit of spice, ambroxan. It's just the total package as far as compliments go. Anyway, it's only my number 4, like I said, because I didn't wear it a whole lot. In fact, I wore it about 5 times, and it still made the number 4 spot. Okay, Dior Sauvage out of the way. What's at number 3? This is quite possibly one of, if not my favorite designer fragrance right now, from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Le Male Fraiche or Le Male Popeye, Le Male Superman is the same thing. So this thing, to my nose, is quite a bit less mature than the original Le Male. This is basically take the original and put a bubblegum twist on it. That's what this is, and I really love this stuff. It's so good, it's so easy to wear. You'll see in my top fragrances of the year just how high this places due to everything. One of those factors is compliments. This stuff does get compliments. Again, not every time. Not everybody goes for that bubblegum sweetness, but again, when it does get compliments, they're absolutely gigantic. Like, oh my god, you smell bleeping delicious. Anyway, guys and girls both love this stuff. It's so good and it's so wearable. So that's Le Male Fraiche at my number 3 spot. At number 2 is the last niche on this list. This is one of my, if not my, most likable niche in my collection. It's from a company that does likable niche like no other. This is from Creed. This is Millesime Imperial. So, it's just a salty sea breeze with watermelon and musk. Maybe a little bit fruitier. This is really good stuff, guys. Doesn't perform like a beast, but it does work like a beast. Pretty much every time I wear this, it gets a compliment. Often they're very big. If I wasn't trying so hard not to have ties on this video, this would easily be tied with number 1. But since it is niche, and I get it, some guys don't want to spend $200 on a bottle like this, but man, if we're talking like straight up compliments, the number of them, the size of them, this is easily tied at number 1. I just put it at number 2 because number 1 is cheaper, and they do about the same thing. So this is from Creed, Millesime Imperial. So what's at number 1? Well, you just heard me say it was cheaper than the Creed, but this isn't dirt cheap. This is not a cheapie. This is a hype beast. This is one that was tied with Millesime Imperial at the number 2 spot in my last video. This has clearly been the runaway compliment getter for me, along with Millesime Imperial. Like I said, I just rated this one at number 1 because it is cheaper, and I get not everybody wants to drop niche prices. I get that. At number 1, all things being said, from Herrera CH Men. So, like I said, this is my number 2 on my last list. It's my number 1 on this one. This stuff just works, man. It's so good. It's a sugary, sweet leather and woods. If Le Malo Fraiche isn't my favorite designer right now, this is. It's so good. It's so wearable. This is great for dates, nights out, casually. I'm not sure about work, but you can wear this almost anywhere. Smells fantastic. It consistently gets compliments every time I wear it, just like Millesime Imperial. And the size are just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. The only difference between this one and Millesime Imperial, I would say, is that this one tends to get more of its compliments from girls, whereas MI just does it from both genders. Doesn't matter. Everybody loves Millesime Imperial. But this one, to me, does get a little more from girls, and that is something that I did take into the ratings as well. So anyway, I don't know what else to say about CH Men other than if you haven't tried it, you have to. It's that good. It works. Believe the hype. That's my number 1, guys. Herrera CH Men. Right on, guys. That was my top 10 most complimented of this year. Man. There's no two ways about it. Getting a compliment from a fragrance is sweet. Getting a compliment from anything is sweet. The only reason I don't really lean towards more complimented-oriented videos, honestly, is because I don't think that these are the easiest way to get compliments from stuff you can buy. My best shoes, my best watches, my best jackets, they all get way more compliments than pretty much all but the top 2, and like, the comparison between my best boots and my best fragrances, it's not even close. So that's the reason you don't really hear me talk a whole lot about compliments. Like I said, there's no two ways about it. It's awesome to get them, but if you're looking to buy something and just get compliments and look awesome and feel awesome, I think they're much cheaper, and I think they're much more efficient options than a fragrance. So guys, mini rant done. That's the truth. That's all I can say. Anyway, let me know down in the comments, what'd you think of my list? What'd you think of my my quick talk about boots? And what are some of your most complimented fragrances of the year of 2017? Maybe there'll be some new stuff for all of us to check out. Guys, this has been the Xerjoff. If you enjoyed this video and haven't done so already, I would encourage you to subscribe down below to my YouTube channel. There's new content coming out all the time. Top lists like this, fragrance reviews, fragrance hauls, first impressions, tons of amazing seasonal content, the works, guys. Also, if you enjoyed this particular video, I would encourage you to toss it a big thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can see whenever this sparkling face creates a new video. Also, if seeing more of me appeals to you, I would encourage you to add me on Snapchat. My name is down there in the description. There's tons of fragrance stuff going on all the time. You can see my videos as I come out with them. Cool stuff, no? Anyway, that's been my top 10 most complimented, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome day.